Now, on Friday, Boris Johnson amended the rules of the ministerial code to make it clear that ministers won't always be expected to resign for breaching it. And before doing this programme on Twitter, I asked if there's any questions that people would like to ask. And I know Twitter is, Twitter, but still. I was quite surprised, actually, because this subject came up more than any other. Andrew Simmons, he wants you to explain Johnson's rewriting of the forward to the ministerial code. Don't honesty, integrity, transparency matter anymore? He's referring to the Prime Minister removing those words from the forward. Colm Norton, it would be nice to hear a Cabinet Minister answer a question, and with the new ministerial rules, he wouldn't even have to resign for doing so. Why is the Prime Minister trying to water down parliamentary standards?
Well, he's not. Let's remember, there's been a bit of misinformation out there about this. First of all, when the ministerial code is updated, which it is relatively regularly, I'm one of those who obviously has to fill in all of the members' ministerial declarations, and that's updated regularly as well. So whenever it's updated quite regularly anyway. But this comes from the recommendations from the Commission, and some of it from Lord Guide, around what there should be, and this idea of there being a graduated penalty process. People still have to resign if they commit misleading the House or something serious, but there was a request from others, including Lord Guy and the Commission, that we actually do have this kind of graduated approach. So it means that if there's a minor infraction, whereas before there may be a decision, if there was a minor infraction, in theory that's too minor to resign, then there's no penalty. There are now a series of penalties for different infractions if anybody commits an infraction in the first place.
Labour are calling a vote on whether ministers who commit serious breaches of the ministerial code should have to resign. In other words, they're effectively forcing Conservative MPs to put their name to these changes. It's going to feel quite uncomfortable, isn't it? A bit reminiscent of Owen Patterson, perhaps. How are you going to be voting?
Well, obviously, look at the details of what the vote is, because the wording of these can be quite important. But look, to me, this feels like just Labour politicking over this. They're just playing games, when actually what we should be doing is focusing on the issues that matter. Not the eternal navel-gazing in Westminster, but actually getting on with helping people, as we did this week, the massive announcement from the Chancellor around the support for people who are struggling with that global inflation challenge, making sure we're putting the support in there, as we are in Northern Ireland, at Belfast, with the in-laws coming out of Thales, to support people in Ukraine in these other issues, whether it's repairing, making sure the money's there for local authorities to repair the potholes that drive people crazy every day, or the bigger issues that are affecting their pocket and their families. That's what they want to see government and Parliament focused on, I think.